Comets, meteors, and asteroids are voyagers from space. Comets are shining patches of light that appear in the night sky from time to time. Most comets are too faint to be seen without a telescope, but some are bright enough to be visible to the unaided eye. This photo of Comet West was taken in March 1976. Meteors are much more common than comets. They look like thin streaks of light and last only an instant in the night sky. On a clear night, you can usually see a few meteors, and on certain nights, you can see dozens or more in an hour. Asteroids are chunks of rocks that circle the sun. They are sometimes called minor planets, but most are only a few miles across, much smaller than any planet. Comets have been recorded all through history. Because people rarely see a comet, many believe that appearance of a great comet forecasts a terrible event such as a war, an earthquake, or a plague. Aristotle, a Greek philosopher who lived more than 2,000 years ago, believed that comets were patches of burning gases in the Earth's atmosphere. Aristotle's idea about comets were thought to be true for more than 18 centuries. But in 1577, a Danish astronomer, Tycho Brahe, provided that comets were bodies traveling in outer space farther from Earth than the Moon. In 1682, another great comet appeared. Edmund Halley, an English astronomer, studied its path and the reports of comets that had appeared in 1456, 1531, and 1607. He concluded that these were reappearances of the same comet as it orbited the Sun, and he predicted its return in 1758. The comet did come back that year, and it was named Halley in his honor. There are hundreds of comets, but we cannot usually see them. That's because a comet in the outer region of the solar system is only a few miles wide and too small to be seen from the distant Sun, Earth. Far out in space, a comet looks like a large, dirty snowball. It has an icy core or nucleus covered by a layer of black dust. The nucleus is mainly water and gases, all frozen and mixed together with bits of rocks and metals. As a comet orbits closer to the Sun, the ice begins to change from a solid into a gas. The gas carries away from the dust particles and spreads out around the nucleus in a large cloud called a coma. Sunlight causes the particles in the coma to glow. The coma of an average comet is 60,000 miles across, but contains only a little material spread out very thin. This is a photo of the bright coma of Comet Giacobini-Zinner. The image was specially processed through a computer to show levels of brightness. The comet's motion causes background stars to show as streaks. You are far more likely to see a meteor than a comet. Bright comets are visible in the sky only once or twice in a century and stay for many days or weeks. Meteors flash in the sky every night. They happen every day too, but we usually can't see them in the sun's glare. Meteor flashes are also called falling or shooting stars, but meteors are not stars. Stars are suns far beyond our solar system. Meteors begin as meteoroids, bits of rocks or metal that orbit around the sun. We can't see them in space because they are too small and too dark. But sometimes meteoroids plunge into the Earth's atmosphere at speeds faster than a bullet. The friction produced by rubbing against air particles makes them glow red hot. and they are then called meteors. We see the bright flash for only a few seconds. The streak in the photo is a meteor that lasted for 12 seconds, longer than most. Meteors come much closer to the Earth than comets. Some are brighter than the brightest stars and are called fireballs. This daylight fireball appeared early one afternoon in August 1972 and was photographed over Jackson Lake in Wyoming. It burned for 100 seconds and left a tail stretching 915 miles, moving at more than 30,000 miles per hour. The fireball came as close as 36 miles from the ground before being bounced out into space, like a thrown rock skipping across the surface of a pond. An astronomer who saw the fireball said that its brightness was between that of the full moon and the sun. Had it landed, the meteorite would have been more than 250 feet across, nearly as big as a football field, and weighed over 1 million tons. Perhaps as many as 100 million meteoroids enter the Earth's atmosphere every day. Most are just tiny specks of rocks and burn up in an instant, but some become dazzling fireballs and then fall to the surface. A meteor that reaches Earth's surface is called a meteorite. Most meteorites look like ordinary rocks and are hard to find unless someone sees them fall. But meteorites that fall on Antarctica are easier to find, even after many years. Meteorites that fall in Antarctica are buried in the snow and ice. Sometimes the ice moves or the wind blows away the snow cover, and the meteorites are seen by a searching helicopter. Asteroids are the largest of the space rocks. Most of them circle the Sun between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter in a zone called the asteroid belt. Many of the more than 3,000 known asteroids are only a few miles across, and all of them together would weigh much less than the Moon. Ceres, by far the largest asteroid, is about 600 miles across. Pallas and Vesta are next in size, at around 350 miles in diameter. This is a photo of the asteroid Gaspra, taken by the Galileo spacecraft in 1991. Gaspra looks like a large potato in space, about 12 miles long and 7 miles wide. Some asteroids have spun out of the main belt to follow different orbits. Several dozen Trojan asteroids share the same orbit as Jupiter. The Apollo asteroids swing across Earth's orbit and approach the Sun like some comets. In 1937, a small Apollo asteroid, Hermes, came within 500,000 miles of Earth. That's considered a close miss in space. Will an asteroid or a large meteorite ever hit Earth? Many large objects have hit our planet in the past and left huge hollows in the ground called impact craters. The largest of these is the 4,150-foot wide and 600-foot deep Barringer crater near Winslow, Arizona. It was probably made by an iron meteorite slamming into the ground 50,000 years ago. Some scientists say that an even larger impact 65 million years ago resulted in the dinosaurs becoming extinct. Could a comet, large meteorite, or asteroid have caused other large extinctions of animals and plants in the past? Scientists are not sure. We know of hundreds of comets and thousands of asteroids, and each day Earth encounters billions of meteors. Many more will be discovered in the future. Some of these space travelers date back to the very beginning of our solar system, 4.6 billion years ago. By learning about these rocky or icy chunks, we may discover clues that will help us solve some of the mysterious of the solar system and of our own